Hey guys, how's it going? Just come at you with another video here. I know it's been a minute since I did a video last. I'm being honest, I really haven't been. Uh, I really haven't had much desire or motivation to want to do one, even though I have a couple topics I wanted to discuss and all that. So and maybe I'll do a catch-up video just to talk a little bit at some point. Who knows? Um, but that's for another video and all that. But if you've ever seen my last couple of videos, I've been on an ongoing thing where I just talk about some of my latest conventions that I've gone to, and and I've done a couple this year already, uh, and I guess I'm just keeping things going and all that. Um, and so far I've done two. Um, um, what I've got one coming up called Shore Leave. Uh, in my state, which is Maryland. It's going to be in Hunt Valley, but I don't know if I'll be able to get to go. I want to, but I don't know. Just if a video doesn't come from me, I'll say this year when it comes to me doing conventions. If I do happen to do one, like a convention or something similar to it, you can expect a video from me. If I don't do a video on it, chances are I didn't go. Even when I wanted to go, I didn't get to. So but because I try to be consistent on that. If I do a video, like if I do go to a convention, I sit down and do a video, and I talk about what did or didn't happen, what I enjoyed, if I got a haul of anything, like maybe like a comic or a piece of artwork or whatever it is I picked up, you know. Um, I just kind of discuss my experiences. So, but and also based on what you've saw in my last couple of videos, I'm not living in my room upstairs right now. You know, I'm living in my granddad's office, so it's going to be that way for the foreseeable future. Um, in terms of what videos I do and when. So, but anyway, when it comes to doing, if you've noticed by the title of this video, um, it's another convention video and all that. I went to Annapolis Comic-Con. No, I did so last year, and that's the last video I did of that year because I was stuck on my phone for a while. I didn't have a computer set up like I do now, so that's kind of why I took that extended hiatus uh, after I did that video. It was not of my choosing; just I couldn't help it. So, so but so like I said, I went to Annapolis Comic Con last year, and I went again this year. Now, when I went last year, I'd never been to that one before, and I wanted to do it for its own sake. It's a smaller convention, but still a convention. It's moot. Because being from Maryland, Annapolis is state capital, and the convention itself has moved from venue to venue over the years. And in 2020 and 2021, it didn't happen due to COVID. It happened last year, and it happened at a Greek Orthodox church. Maybe not in the church itself, but an event off to the side that's associated with said church. And I was there last year, and I was there again this year. Reason I wanted to go was because, I guess I wanted to do so just to do it, just to have something fun to do. I enjoyed myself. So basically I just walked around, all that. You know, just got a couple pictures of some cosplays, and I got maybe an item or two. You know, um, and then I had a good. I mean, it was there the last couple of days. I'm sorry, a couple hours because it's a 1 day event. Um, yeah, and all that, but still. And when I went last year, it was the second convention I've ever done so far. Uh, and my first one here in the state of Maryland because of all the conventions I've that state has to offer. I've never been to any of ours, and Annapolis Comic-Con was my first one. So, um, now if you know me, in recent times I've kind of gotten into cosplaying. I did do something different from what I've done before. Um, I dressed up as Poe Dameron from Star Wars sequels. Now, basically, it consisted of me just wearing a white V-neck shirt and a pair of black jeans with a jacket. Uh, uh, on top of the jacket I wore was his one from The Last Jedi. In fact, I'm showing you. Right here, this one. Given the quality of my cam, I don't know if you can tell, but it's like a dark brownish, stuff like that. But, you know, and as far as weapons, um, a Nerf gun of his pistol right here, and I've got a holster too that fits it, so I got that going. So, um, so if we're friends on Facebook or if you follow me on Instagram, you have an idea of what I look like. So, and I guess as far as that particular dress up, this is the only weapon I needed when it comes to dressing up as that character. And if you, and obviously this is Oscar Isaac's character from the but yeah, but as I dressed up as him, it was just it may not have been a full-on costume, but it was meant to be in the spirit of things. And I guess you can say it's kind of going for a general dress up. Yeah. So did I pick up anything while I was there? Like in terms of like haul, I did. I got a couple items. Let's see. Well, maybe just I brought a folder with me just in case I needed to carry anything from that thing. I basically just a couple flyers for in advertisements like this, and it's was it one of the comic store we have is in Third Eye in Annapolis. It's called Third Eye Comics, and they've got a branch on other locations. And this was a flyer for that in a particular event, but apparently I didn't get to go to because it was back in March. Oops. Yeah, sorry, here you know me. I just tend to wing it. A flyer for shore leave in Hunt Valley. I have it at a hotel. Where they share it with what was it? Farpoint. So different conventions, but same venue. So I want to go to this one, but whether I do or not, we'll see what happens. I'm just telling you what I want to do. I know it may not really mean all that, but I'm just sharing along. So, comic book. I've had a comic book get together. That was in Virginia, but I didn't get to go. Just advertisements for like another for Frederick Comic-Con, which I didn't get to go to, which is in Frederick County, and one called Monkey Con. Which is in Montgomery County. So it's just, I don't know. I don't know if it's really much point in me sharing things like that, but I just want to show it off anyway. But in terms of like actual halls and anything like that, let's see here. Oh yeah. A comic that I picked up. That I probably should get around to some of my reading in terms of comics, but I'm just showing it off. One comic here called Chicken USDA Rejected, where basically the man who wrote this comic, and his name was Dan Noakes, and like it's basically just the um uh, it's basically where he about a chicken who's up to um is up to his shenanigans and all that, being rejected because he's running around Baltimore and all that. So um ended up everybody not getting links. Link drop some links. And then some of these comic arts that I'm speaking about, and just go check them out if so inclined. So I just wrote that. And where's chicken come from? Apparently, from what I understand, he's got like a, a stuffed chicken, a plush stuffed animal. That it's kind of more as his mascot. So, um, another issue of a comic called Two Land. The artist, his name is Jay, the teller, and that's his more or less maybe like his name as a comic artist. Well, his name is Jay, but and I think but the teller, that's like, sometimes we have our own like pseudonyms or things like that with your and it's co-author or co-artist, I should say, Dr. Enks. Um, he's got several issues out already, and this is one of the ones that they've published. So go check them out. I also got a bucket hat here with Kirby on it, and I picked up it maybe just because I wanted to, and I've worn it a few times out. I've worn it around out a number of times, and I like it. And just when I look at Kirby's face on his things, I don't know, I just kind of like endearing, you know. And not to mention, and if you know Kirby as a character, video games, um, yeah, he has his own franchise, and he also showed up in Super Smash Brothers, and then he had his own, uh, I think, animated cartoon and all that. I think I've seen some episodes, but it's been a while, so. But I think I will say too that if you notice there's a little blue ring and all that, in my mind, seeing with blue and pink, seeing those two colors side by side, they're rather appealing visually. But like I said, I picked up this hat. I like it, So, and another couple of things. Another oh wait, couple of other items I picked up. Like a little miniature Chewy. I picked up from the same venue, the same uh, uh, same person who I bought a little like Baby Yoda from. No, it's like a handmade rather than just you go to the store and pick it up. Just uh, all that. And the funny thing is, the woman who I bought it from, I have to, I forget her name, brand. I'll, uh, if I ever find it, I'll track it and I'll drop it on the description. But when she saw me, I was like, "Aren't you the same guy who bought Baby Yoda?" I'm like, "Yeah, I was." It's like it's been a year and she still remembered me. So, but yeah, well, ultimately just right, not too long before I left, or at least at some point anyway, just to pick up something, give her my business, uh, a little miniature Chewbacca. So there's that. Um, um, and also a couple, another item or two I picked up were some um, couple um, um, what do I call these things? Fuck, I should know this. Coasters. That's it. Coasters. Um, 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 now, one has got Star Wars printed on it. One is Star Trek. And if you know me, I'm a fan of both franchises. So, and they've been very useful when I needed them to be. Um, Now, the brand who I bought it from, um, yeah, she and her husband were there last year, and her husband was dressed up as Mando. Uh, but he couldn't be there this year. He had a prior engagement. And he had to take care of. So, but let's see, and I can easily pull up. I can bring up all the necessary links I can. In fact, let me do it right now, real quick. I know I'm getting a little sidetracked, but I don't know what we're just gonna do about it. Here it is, right here. And the brand itself, Halcyon Designs, all that. They kind of, yeah. Um, um, but it's folks who run this brand. I know it's like it's um a husband and wife team, and uh, but her husband couldn't be there this year, like I said, so I met her and all that. And this year, I actually picked up a couple items like these coasters, and they're made of slate, which is like a rock-like material, which I'm sure you can, if you can't tell just by looking, just if you hear me tap my knuckles on it, it sounds like it sounds like I'm touching a rock of some sort, and I am. Or it's, so and like I said, they've been useful when I've certainly needed them. I've got a drink right here next to me, so because that's what the purpose was, a coaster. As far as Star Wars and Star Trek, it's got my Star Wars one right here. I got the cantina on Tatooine, like where Han Solo shot first, and where Kenobi used his lightsaber and all that. This is where we meet Han Solo for the first time and Chewie. You know, now now this one right here, this is the Star Trek one. It's got quarks, because because if you've ever watched DS9, that one of the main characters, Quark, he runs the local hangout establishment called Quarks because it's his business. Um, yeah. So that's where people regularly get together, hang out, have drinks, play games, things like that. Just your local hangout spot. Um, so because if you've ever seen DS9 itself, it's on a station called DS9. It's on a fixed location rather than being on a ship like like with there's like as opposed to like the Enterprise or Voyager or but they do have a ship called Defiant, but it's not this primary like location, so to speak, like DS9 is. So, but I like them. Like I said, they're very useful. So, but I certainly hope to go again next year. Like, maybe just for some more motivations to this year, just to have fun, go do something cool. But we'll see what happens for sure. And I guess with all that said, um, I guess this is really all I have to say on the matter. So, all that said, just rate, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.